Hello, welcome back to another week of Walt's Weekly Updates. How's everybody doing out there? Well, it's been a few weeks since I chatted with you. We've had some property tours the last couple weeks, but I thought it was important today that we talk a little bit about the market and where we're at right now. Obviously, lots of volatility, things going on. Right now, mortgage rates have not been impacted as much as you would think because they're affected by so many things, but they did inch up a little bit, enough to make people nervous. And I've actually had people that I've been working with that are, kind of moving backwards a little bit scared. But what I want to say is we are in a full-blown buyer's market now. There's no saying we're kind of teetering on both lines. We are actually dealing with a buyer's market, and the buyers definitely have the advantage right now. So the things I wanted to cover is some kind of important things. I also monitor Google Trends, and over the last week or so, one of the top trending topics is, why isn't my house selling? So that's a little telling, right? And so I think it's very important to talk about that question and answer that. If you, we have a variety of listings right now as well. There's still, real estate's going to happen no matter what. People are going to buy and sell. There's always reasons. But there are some very important things that I think we need to cover. If you're one of those people that are asking why isn't my house selling? Obviously, we can help give you a little insight on that. Now, not that everybody wants to listen to what we say, but let me go over it. I have three top things real quick. First of all is pricing. I mean, that is obviously, it's got to be an attractive price. If you're right now thinking, oh, let me just throw my property on the market, test it out, let me see if I can get this top dollar, that it's not going to happen. Don't waste your time. Don't waste anybody else's time, because that's just not the market that we're in. It would have to be an extremely desirable property that somebody just has to have it when they see it. And, I don't know that there's that many of those around. So pricing is the top important thing. It's got to be an attractive price. Buyers have the advantage, and they know it. And I'm telling you, even the stuff that we have listed, I mean, buyers and their agents, they're savvy, right? They're coming in with, they're doing their research, and they're coming in with offers that seem low to the seller, but actually are very reasonable. The next thing on the list is presentation. It still has to look good. First of all, you got to compete on price. If you're in that zone of competing with similar properties on price, it's got to look good. The house has to present well. Everything has to be in order, the best that you can, right? Sometimes, you have to sink too much money into it. It's not worth it. It's better to cut your losses and just sell it for a little bit cheaper. Sometimes it's better to put a little money into it so you can get that better dollar out of it. But presentation is very, very important. And lastly, here's one that's also extremely important. It doesn't always happen, but it's access. If you cannot show your home, if you cannot be ready to show it, if it's not vacant and say you're living in it, or you have tenants living in it and it's difficult to see, that is a problem. And that is a problem that we run into. Obviously, we manage a lot of investment properties. Sometimes, sellers want to sell. They don't want to, they obviously want to leave the tenant there. They don't want to kick the tenant out. It restricts access because, a lot of times the tenants, they don't want somebody just coming in at a moment's notice. And we do our best to make sure the tenants have appropriate notice, and we advertise it that way. But sometimes when you have a buyer's agent that calls and says, hey, I have buyers in town today, we'd love to see this property, we need to be able to show that property. So if that's a problem with what you have on the market, that it's not accessible, whatever needs to be done to make it as accessible as possible is really going to help. So those are just three of the main topics. Obviously, there's a laundry list of things that can help sell your property. But just beware that pricing tops that list. No matter what list we're looking at right now, pricing tops the list. You got to be competitive in the market that you're in, whatever that may be. So that's it for this week. We'll see how things are going next week. We're in for some inflation report stuff coming in, so let's see what happens. I suspect if inflation comes in hotter than anticipated, we're going to see a jump in mortgage rates. If it comes under, could help. So let's see what happens. Everybody have a fantastic week, and I will talk to you soon. Cheers.